So now it's recorded to the cloud, yeah? But
Yeah, it's come up in my corner as it goes, recording.
Oh, for real?
It's telling me.
All right,
so
let's start
I can check out if you're slightly recording me or not. Oh, shit. That's well done.
We are recording. So I'm going to do an intro. This is the first one. This is called Convos of Intheorious, the podcast, the show, whatever you want to call it. Right now, it's just thing that people can talk about. And for me, I like knowledge. And I feel a lot of people have knowledge within them, but they don't have a chance to spread it. So for me, I just want to interview other people and then spread their knowledge so people can learn the shit. But for my first guest ever, debut show, we got Mr. DJ Tom Schultz. How you doing, my bro?
Yeah, not bad, bro. Not
I'm
bad.
So nervous.
Why?
I'm not nervous, but I don't know what I'm doing, bro. I'm just, you know what it is? It's like, when you do something, it's like, okay, do I have to do this? There's like kind of guidelines and shit.
Oh, as long as you don't fake it, then...
Yeah, so I just felt like, you know what, I'm just going to be me and then just talk and then hopefully we get some good shit. But, do you know what I mean? Like, first off,
talk a lot about crap.
But at least it's natural and it's not like a fake convo, so...
Yeah, no, definitely.
A fake convo hurts. Oh, shit, let me move that. That is my wire, guys. Oh, shit, it's my wire. It's acting up. It's my wire. I'm new to Zoom, so forgive me. But yeah, Tom, how you been, bro? What's been going on?
Not bad. Just, I don't know, like when I first caught up with you the first time, it's just nice to have a relax, rest, actually get some decent sleep in. I mean, I just moved into my new place. So I've been busy, but I've been getting up early in the morning instead of going to sleep early in the morning. It's a different experience.
It's different. I feel like, I get it, bro. I feel like a regular guy, like, waking up at you know what I mean? But
I don't like it. I don't like it.
But you know what's crazy? Yeah, I said to everyone, like, at least we're getting vitamin D now. We're getting sun. Normally, I wouldn't get sun. Like, for the summer, I wouldn't get no sun because I wake up late. You know how it is, and then you go to sleep when the sun's rising. But now, bro, I'm tanned. Like, what about you? Have you not tanned yet?
No. Well, unfortunately, just as lockdown got like tight. At the start, what was it, March? When we all, it was mid-March that I gave up work, and that was it. There was no clubs open. It was all shutting down. And then me and Dan, my missus, we moved into our new place, but it's a flat, so we got no garden.
Bro, I feel you, bro.
So I'm like a cat, just like sitting in front of the window with the sun at the moment.
Bro, let me tell you something, right? That shit works. You can be in front of a window, as long as the sun's coming through, you can tan, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's nice. It's too hot though.
But not now, right? You know what's crazy? It's off topic, but who cares? Yesterday, bro, I was on my walks and I got caught in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Oh.
Bro,
I like thunderstorms though. I don't like being caught in them, but I like sitting. I'll open the window just so I can hear the thunder clap. It's relaxing. It's therapeutic. I swear to God.
You know what? I'm the same. If I'm inside, I love the rain. Do you know what I mean? I love that shit.
Well, if it's raining, there's sometimes where I'll pull up after a night out, like working, and then I'll just sit in the car because it's raining. Because I swear to God, it's therapeutic. It's just relaxing.
I feel like, let's be real, every DJ I know, like, you could drive, you get home. And the amount of times that I've sat and you've sat, maybe people told me they just sit in a car.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd be on the phone, you'd be chilling, listen to music. Like, sometimes, like, you want me asking, obviously, like, just a bit of a background, like how long you been DJing? Just, the same boring questions, but at least everyone kind of knows, like, how long you been DJing? Where do you DJ? How you DJ? What's your style? That sort of shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Let's give background information on you.
Okay, then. So I can't remember when I started DJing. Like,
serious?
Honestly, it's been something ever since I was a kid. Weird. I actually got into DJing when I was younger because for some reason I was a weird child and was interested in disco lights and stuff. But that's how the fascination with music started. And then I can't remember what age, it was so young, but then my dad went out and bought myself like a set of dual decks, like mobile DJ decks, and then I started doing kids parties and stuff like that. So that's how I got into DJing. And then it was just a consistent, just didn't stop, just fell in love with the art, fell in love with what I do until I get to now where it's full time. I'm probably not partying in the biggest, DJing in the biggest places in the world, but I still love what I do. I'm DJing on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So anything from 4 to 5 nights a week over London, Essex, Kent, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much me.
So where's, if you don't want me asking, like, I like to know stuff in it, but what, like, what's your dream? What's the word? What's your dream club? That, like, one club where, like, oh, out of all the clubs, I want to DJ there. Like, what's that spot for you?
I don't know. I just for me, there's nothing at the pinnacle of it all. It's just I set my eyes on something and I try and work as hard as I can to get there. You know, there's never I want to DJ, and like they've always been quite. I've always tried to keep it quite. Nothing too big scale. So I'm always working on new things. So for instance, years ago I used to drive to work, and we used to go through central London, go through Victoria, and I used to pass Pasha on my left-hand side every morning.
Yeah. Next to the station, right?
Yeah, and I always used to say to myself, I want to DJ there.
Yeah.
I want to DJ there. And I don't think it was because I didn't go out to DJ, but luckily I fell into the right contacts with people and ended up DJing there. So that was quite big for me. Like,
see? That's good, bro. I think that you got to put in the universe and like, yo, like, I want to DJ there. And like, you can kind of not work towards it, but like, you have a kind of direction to go.
Yeah. Like, I don't know where I'm going to be in years and years, like whether I make, you know, a brand for myself or whether I'm going to get to that point where I am DJing some of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, but I like to keep it small and I like to keep it consistent. So I've always got goals that are workable goals at that time. And then when I get to that point, obviously you raise the bar a little bit more, and that's how I think you're going to grow, and you don't burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah. So how have you been asking, what, talk about goals, like what, because I'm interested in this sort of shit. Everyone has their own, like, I don't know, like method, but like what, how do you pick a goal? Like what's, okay, cool, that's my goal. And how do you work towards achieving the goal? Like, give me one of your latest goals, or a goal that you've got now.
Something
or
I've got
previous
now.
Goal that you hit, or something you hit previously.
Now would be, at the moment, I've been working towards, you know, making a living out of DJing. You know, making sure that I get paid and I can pay my bills for my DJing. Like making sure that I'm not just DJing Fridays and Saturdays, making sure I'm DJing on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, and any other day that I can DJ, whether it be 1 gig or 2 gigs. And by doing that, just to be honest, I put myself in the situation more through like my event and my partner Nick.
What's your event?
Tempted Events.
Tempted Events.
So I use that as leverage for myself. But usually, you know, I find the best way to get into places and making sure you're really busy is it's usually covers and stuff like that. I'm a firm believer in never nicking anyone else's work.
Yeah.
I would never go into a club, and if a club comes to me and says, you know, oh, we're looking for a new DJ, then you need to sort that stuff out before I even think about taking that job, because the way I see it is I would expect, if the club wants to change it up, that's fair enough. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. And I think we've all experienced it as DJs where they want to freshen things up and they want to get rid of particular DJs.
I can say I have.
But getting rid of someone the next day is unfair. You know, especially if that DJ's, that's their bread and butter. Like, if they've got to pay bills, you've got to give them 3 weeks, 4 weeks to make sure their stuff's together and that they're going to move on to a new residency. And plus, I think it's better to have friends and enemies. Yeah.
Unless you're unless the manager of the club is coronavirus, where they just shut everything down, like, with no warning, they'll be like, yo,
nope,
that's it. Like, you ain't got a 4 week notice, we're done. Do you know what I mean? But
no, we knew it was coming.
We kind of did, bro. I knew it was coming, and I could see it. And but
I remember the weekend I went out when it all come, like when they shut it down and all the clubs were like, "That's it, we're not doing it no more." I thought I was going to get the weekend out of it. I thought I would see Friday and Saturday. My Wednesday and my Thursday cancelled, and then all of a sudden I was sitting there and they were like, "We're going ahead with Thursday. We're going ahead with Saturday." I was like, "Wicked! Yeah. I'm going to see my weekend out of this," but they just cancelled it. I think it was on the day.
Oh, bro, so many people I know, like, if I'm honest, bro, like the week before, like, it got cancelled, I was actually ill. So I couldn't even take any gigs the week before. So I was like, okay, cool. And I was still ill the week you're saying. And I was like, I'm not well enough to go back to the clubs. And then so I was getting covers, but they just cancelled it. So, you know what I mean? I was a bit like, fuck. because as you know, we're both working DJs, and you know, if we don't work, we don't get money.
No,
So it's kind of like zero. But so if you're like,
100%.
that's the thing. But are you happy with? I don't want to go too political because I don't really fuck with that. But are you happy with like the self-employment thing they've done? Though, are you happy that they've done that for like us?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's only fair that they do it to us. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of perception with DJs that it's not a real job, this, that, the other, and a lot of people can go, oh, what you think that you're going to get a furlough out of it? Well, yeah, it's my job. Like, I earn my living out of it. Like, I put my graft into it. You don't see what I pay into it to get out what you get out. Like, no one sees that. Like, with DJs, they all just think, oh, yeah, just another DJ, just trying to. No, it's not like that. It's graft. Like, yeah, I deserve my 80%. Definitely.
I mean, now it's 70%, but like, because obviously the time recording this is like the 7th of June. But I'm grateful for any money, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because like you said, both of us, zero money from that week that, you know, it's got cancelled. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my universal credit as well. Like, I can't wait. Like, I look forward to it like it's a paycheck now, bro. It's weird. Like, I'm like, yes.
So you can buy new DJ stuff off of Amazon.
I'm like, yeah, I can buy like a camera. So next time you see me, I'll have like proper headphones. You know what I mean? Like, but for now, I'm using the Apple ones. But it's like, yes, like, so now I gotta wait to the end of June, bro. If we do another podcast like next month, you'll be like, oh shit, man, upgraded. Universal credit upgraded me, bro. 100%. But I just feel like, but do you feel like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, what do you think is gonna happen like with the clubs? Because I've just got an email from, I don't know if I can say it, but I just got an email that certain places are going to start rolling in September. So, which is actually 3 months away, but for me, it seems quite soon. But like, if the clubs that where do you work? Like, what clubs are you currently working at?
So it's a mixture between clubs and bars, a lot of Stonegate venues, Slugs and Lettuces, stuff like that. Lafay's over in Putney, Fever, Basingstoke.
I know that spot. Yeah, I know people that spin there. What's it like?
It's good, man. Like, it's very commercial. Like, there's nothing, but the energy, there's good energy in Basingstoke. Every time I played there, I've really enjoyed it. Good energy down there. Good energy, even in Putney with Lafay's, like, really good energy on the weekend and in the weeknights as well. Like, it's crazy. I just think the nightlife was. It's been struggling for years, especially with the big events, like the big festivals.
Yep.
I've watched a few interviews with other DJs, and it's all true. Like, why a lot of people, why would they pay, almost £20 when they can pay 40 quid and go and see this amazing lineup with an amazing rig and everything else, and it is killing the industry. Yeah, but it's the thing at the moment. I'm not hoping, but like to see nightlife really return on a local scale.
Yeah,
I think it's important. Bottle service can be important, but I think I'd like to see less of it. I wouldn't like to see it be. I don't want to see nightlife surrounded by bottle service. I think it can be a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes because I think people save up all month and go out and have one big blowout between 5 of them instead of going out, 4 weekends in the month or 3 weekends in the month, which we all know. We all wait for payday, and then
bro.
Like, everyone wait. But even as a DJ, meaning like pay week, it's pay weekend.
Oh yeah.
It'll be massive this weekend.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh shit, it's pay weekend.
Yeah,
like, we should be expecting 100%.
It's just like I can't get my head around it, and I don't know what else to think about when we reopen. What to expect? Time will tell, but I'm worried that things will move too fast. Everyone wants to get back to work, and then we have this second peak. That'll be a nightmare because I think financially the government, they can't do this forever, I suppose. They can't.
That's why I'm lucky that they gave us like a second one. Not lucky. I mean, they gave employment, like people are employed that, but I feel like I'm glad that they are doing it self-employed again. Yeah. But it's true, like, but I just feel like this is how I see it. I feel like you're going to have two types of people, I think. People that will be like, all right, let's go club. Because like they miss it, do you know what I mean? They miss that kind of just being in that party environment and just like to let loose all of the steam that they've kept for like 3-4 months, do you know what I mean? 6
Definitely.
months even. 6 months by the time we get there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got people that are being like, I don't really take a chance. Let me stay home. So,
Yeah.
but I feel that with the clubs, I think what they're going to do is that to enforce that social distancing, they're probably going to have like a limited capacity in the club. So they'll say, okay, cool. What's your capacity? 300? Okay, cool. We'll let you have 30% of your capacity in the club. And a lot of places I feel will be like, but if we top that and we have 30%, we're not going to be able to make profit. So why else should we open?
I think like, especially that's more implementable in multi-room clubs. I think when you start looking at the smaller venues, that's where they're really going to be affected.
Especially people that have like one person, like not a big company, but an owner.
Yeah, independents will struggle. Yeah, definitely. Like again, it is only time will tell. And I think at the start of this, I was like, there'll be a big bang when all this is over.
Yeah,
And the more and more I think about it, the more and more it worries me. Like, I see this thing in America where they're doing drive-through festivals at the moment. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
So basically, you buy tickets, you park up it's almost like a drive-through cinema. I think it is a drive-in cinema. They have quite a lot of them in America, but they've kitted it out with the rig. There's a DJ on stage, and instead of having any like VJ loops and like all the trippy stuff that they normally have on the screen, they'll just have the DJ that's in front of them actually on the big screen. It look cool, man. Yeah, definitely progressing with it. Worries me. I don't know. I really can't put my finger on it and what it'll be, and how we're going to get around it. I can't clearly see it until things start coming out that things are actually going to happen. We don't know.
Because that's the thing. Yeah, we don't. Like I said, we don't know. Like we can speculate as much as we want.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe even the big guys, like the big managers and CEOs, even they don't even know. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like, fuck it, like it is what it is, and whatever they decide. Because let's be real, we could have this opinion. This will work, but whatever they decide, that's what they're gonna do, and that could be something good that can benefit us. Or you might get some people. I think you're gonna get some managers or some owners that be like, you know what, we need to make money. Fuck it, let's just our cap's at 30%, but fuck it, let's just try and get as many people in as possible. Do you know what I mean?
Which clubs have been doing for years anyway. Let's face it. Let's not pretend that they don't go over their capacity, because we all know they do.
They're trying to get that ruler,
not baby. Officially, but
Nah, because it makes sense, and I feel like that won't change people, because some people will be like, which is fair enough, because it's not great to do, but they got a business and they want to make profit. They want to stay open.
Yeah.
If they're like, okay, cool. If we don't get more than 30% people in, then we can't run. If they're like, we can only run at a profit at 70%. And if the government let them do that and they're still open, they might do that, which is not cool in it. But like,
it's I really and truly. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it. At the end of the day, no one does. COVID virus, what is? It's a virus. None of us know. We're told what it is and told how it works. None of us actually know what it is and how it actually works. We're just told. We're just fed information via the media and via the government. And that's what you have to believe. Like, I'm not a scientist. I never will be. I'll never know the ins and outs of COVID.
Correct.
The way I see it is sit tight until there's a vaccine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like I'd feel more comfortable with a vaccine, because then it's like, you get it. You just got to wait it out. Do you know what I mean? But enough of that COVID shit. Do you know what I mean? Man's fucking long day for me anyway, bro. Long day. But if you don't want me asking, bro, like, what you been doing, like, in this time, like, as a DJ? Like, what you been doing, like?
Probably not as much as I should have been, to be fair. I think I've definitely used to rest.
Yeah.
Mentally rest as well. Like, there's so much mental pressure as a DJ. Sitting back and actually taking the time to think, who do I want to be as a DJ, as a person in a nightclub? Can I be more approachable? Can I be this? Can I be that? Like, it's crazy. Like, I have spent a lot of time thinking about what the next step is. Am I going to miss I've got to catch the next boat as well. What's the next big thing? How can I improve my perception as a DJ? Like, there's so many things that I have been thinking about, and a lot of it's hard to do because there's no movement at the moment. Things are slowly starting to move in the sense of live streams. I think, where the lockdown has released, as long as I take the right precautions, I'm more than happy to walk into a nightclub and actually give the experience on a Friday or Saturday night from the club with me, and whoever else, like Nick is with me at the moment from Tempted. Yeah. We're doing it through Tempted, giving myself a little bit of content on my socials, not just from myself and not just from radio. So just giving myself more content, getting out there, giving the clubs content, giving the people that normally go to them spots the perception of, do you know what? I remember that place. I can't wait to get back there, So
giving that experience.
Definitely 100%.
I think experience is big for people.
100%. And the only people that have been able to really do it are the big boys that are sitting in our beef with big empty clubs. You know what I mean? No one on a small scale has really been able to do it. There are a lot of DJs out there that have done it, and live streaming ain't a new thing. It was never a new thing before lockdown. Yeah. So, it's just doing me and making content for myself and others, really, so I'm not just sitting on the same old stuff.
Yeah, it's true. And I feel like I'm glad that you're doing, because some people are not, which is not a problem. I don't think it's anything wrong with not doing nothing, but I feel like it's good that you are aware. Okay, cool. Like, I've got now this downtime. Let me rethink me. Let me rethink this and how to improve and what stuff. And I think, do you think like, are you taking like the benefits of the rest? Are you like, I'm glad I've had this break. It's helped me refresh, revitalize, refocus.
Definitely. Like I said to you just a minute ago, like definitely mentally, and just having a break from not being out at silly o'clock. Ironically, over the last couple of weeks, I've slipped into a really bad sleeping pattern anyway.
Same.
Like I'm back at, mate, I fell asleep at 6 o'clock. Let me just turn this light on.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. 6, that's nothing. Jeez.
Yeah, 6
sunlight.
6 o'clock. I got in on Friday night, and I was kind of a little bit buzzing because I was like, back to, there's a little bit of normality, nostalgia in it, and I was there and I was prepping my radio show, doing this, doing that, watching a bit of TV. And next thing I did, and then I went to get some petrol from the petrol station.
Yeah.
And then I got back. I was sitting there watching TV a little longer, and I looked outside and it was broad daylight, and I was like, nah, I got to go to bed. I can't take it too literal,
Come on, bro. It's like, the thing is, I'm the same. Like, I was good. And then, like, recently, I'm not going to lie to you, like, I've been going to sleep about 5. And now, because it's summer, 5 is like, 5 a.m. No, before it was 5 p.m. There was times I was going to bed at 1 p.m., bro. Like, levels. I used to wake up at 1 a.m. Every day for about 2 weeks. And I lived my whole life until about 3 p.m. and then go sleep. And then wake up at midnight. So, like, my whole life was just completely in dark. But, nah, bro, I just feel like it's good to kind of like, go back into it. But then you can easily go back into a regular normal habit. And I just feel like it's good that you're being active. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, right behind you, I can see some decks. And I can see the stand and I can see the screen. I love that, bro. I love that you've got like that. You've got that shit at home so then you can practice. Do you practice often?
I'm a firm believer in practice doesn't make perfect, but I always want to improve. It's something I know that I'm not the only DJ out there. I know every DJ really is always practicing to make themselves better. There's never really an end to the ladder.
No, there isn't. So like, even like
practice, definitely.
Jazzy's not stopping. I mean,
yeah, 100%. Like I feel like if you ever get to a point, and I would imagine. And again, I can only imagine, I'm not speaking for these people, I've never been in their situation, but when they get to a particular point and they get in their career and they've made a track, they just think it's going to come to them after that. No, it doesn't work like that. You'll never hit that top of that ladder. You've got to continue going. So that's why I think
you've got to keep going. Even like Drake.
Like they don't stop improving.
Okay, cool. I got number 1. I need to get another one. I need to get another one, because not in a bad way. You could have one track that bangs and then what? Like a one-hit wonder. And then you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it's hard chasing it, but you got to keep at it, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's good that you practice. Like I said, I've seen you, bro. Like, we used to spin together, remember Kosher Thursdays? that's when I kind of really met you, like properly. Like I remember I used to obviously, like, if you don't know, I used to live in Romford, and I used to always see you, but I didn't know the fuck you was, bro. Like, I'm a polite person, so I'm like, you come up on the stage, security guard will be like, wait there, and he'll be like, is it cool? I'm like, because you come with like someone like Wade or whoever. I was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm like, how you doing, bro? You cool? Yeah. It's cool. But I didn't really know too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I went coach show, I was always polite. Was I always polite to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Always polite. Yeah. I was never like.
I to be honest, before I was DJing at Cold Show, we used to have chats in Liquid back for when you was warming up for Terry Marks. So
like 2011, yeah.
We would have our chats, and I was just a punter. Like I was DJing in London, I was doing all these small parties, and I was on pirate radio back then. Back then, my dream was growing and growing and growing. I knew where I wanted to go. I knew I wanted to be in these clubs, but there was a period of time where I was stuck in these ticket events, and for a long while. And then I said, I don't want to be selling tickets for my wage.
Yeah,
I don't see that as.
I wouldn't so common, though, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And it was a business tactic, and it worked, and that's why it was so popular. But
makes sense, yeah.
I was like, no, I want residencies. I want to be recognised for what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't ask. I don't know the best way to say this, but you wouldn't ask a chippy to come round and I'd say, oh, I'll give you £2 for every piece of. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
You pay them their wage, whether it be price or day wage, you know.
Yeah, whether it's busy or not, like that's your residency. Like
exactly.
That's your job. If you said I'm gonna pay you this, that's what you're gonna get paid.
Yeah. Don't want to be. I just didn't want to be that DJ. Like, there's nothing wrong in it. I would probably still do it, to be fair. But I knew the route that I wanted to take wasn't being just. I think it weren't. You get taken for granted as well at that with selling tickets, you know. So
100%, bro.
Yeah, I just thought no. I want to go get myself residencies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was that when you just say that you see me in Liquid back then? And then you say we used to have chats.
Yeah, we used to have chats. You was on because I was on Pirate at the time, and you was
Have
the
It
station
Live.
used to Have It. You was on Have It, and that's what we was talking about. That was our common ground, and it's obviously being DJs and having chat,
Pirate,
DJ chat.
yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, like Have It Live. So yeah,
and then I was on West. I was on like. Obviously, I didn't do radio, but I've been on bare radio stations. Not bears, but quite a few radio stations for a period of time. Like, for like 4 years, I was in pirate radio, which when I think about it, I'm like, damn, I forgot that I even done pirate radio. I don't know. I feel like I need to just remember like the last couple of years of my life because of the impact of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, pirate radio, you go there, it's grimy, you smell weed everywhere. Like, you don't know what people eat food and then touch the decks, and you're just kind of like,
I remember one station I used to DJ on. It was just a building. You used to walk in like this. It was just dingy. Like, you'd walk up to this big metal door. You would have to wedge it open, and you'd have to go up, and you'd walk up the back of the stairs, and it was basically a flat. And this flat was split into 4 different studios. And the one station that I was on was in a kitchen, and it was literally. Just a piece of wood. Nah, I'll probably have somewhere. I'd love to pull them out. Absolutely love to pull them out.
Please send me. I'll post it. I want to see the kitchen.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd have it. Like, we're talking like years ago. Like, don't even know if I had a smartphone back then.
So you must have had a BlackBerry back then, bro. Come on.
And I remember the sink it never turned off properly. So there would be water on the phone, okay? It's just a mess, like absolute mess. But brilliant. That was all part of the experience back then, you know?
I think it is. It's like I feel like you got to go through them stages of like, it's like you got a DJ in a shit place where there's like one deck, or the mix is like older than you. Yeah. One place that had a mix that was older than me was Chicago's in Chelmsford. Have you played there?
No, I never played there.
Bro, they said that the party was massive. I don't know if it's still existing. It was a Wildlife Wednesdays.
Yes. Yeah. Wildlife Wednesdays is still about.
Because then they had they moved to begins with E, I think, the club Evoke. But before there was a there, and I used to cover for Kicker. Kicker was like, "Yo, can you cover for me?" And that's when I met Goody. You know Goody?
Yeah, Goody.
Goody used to warm up, so I'll cover for him. And bro, like the mixer was just so old. I was like, I didn't know how to use it. Like it had like about 50 channels in it. Yeah,
It was Alien Grief. Or was it a Pioneer?
It was a Pioneer, bro. I think it was a Reds, maybe Ellen and Grief. There was about 50 channels. I didn't know. I had Serato, so I was plugging it in, but I just didn't. I realized afterwards that when you put the bass down to mix the track. Yeah. This whole time I was actually putting the mid down, not the bass.
Oh, because it's got treble, two middles, and then a bass, right?
And then it's got like gain and shit. And I was like, it's just so. Well, I'm used to a Pioneer. Quite I'm not gonna lie. I started like on good shit. So like I started on Pioneers. Do you know what I mean? Like 1000s and like maybe I don't know, like an 850 or a 700. Do you know what I mean? And with a Serato box. So then when I used Allen and Grieper, I was just like, I just didn't know what I was doing, and it was dusty as well. And it was a horrible experience. But that play, that's what I'm saying. When you got to go through that.
Yeah, but that makes you as a DJ. That makes you.
Bro.
You're tried and tested. Like I think if you come up against stuff that you don't know what you're dealing with and you can get through it, shows persistence, shows
empty
professionalism.
Rooms, you need to be able to have done a whole night when there's no one there. You got to have done that. You've got to play the equipment. Oh shit! Yeah, we've done it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but one night, wasn't too long ago, and there was 3 people in the club, bro, for the whole night. Yeah. And I still went on to like 2:30.
Yeah. They're stressful nights.
I was like, bro, they make you question life.
I remember DJing in Kent on Boxing Night, and I thought nothing of it. I thought I was going to go to a busy club. I thought it's Christmas, people will be out. Nah, no one was out. I think
Boxing Day?
So Boxing Day, Boxing Night. I went to the club. People were coming in. There was a slight peak of about 30 people, and then it just didn't move after that. And then people were leaving, and I think I had 15 people in front of me for about 4 hours, and luckily they just enjoyed what I was doing. So I was like, thank you. At least
you have to. I feel like sometimes you have to kind of like grind, and like some people say, you know what, it don't matter if there's 1 or 1,000. Like give it your all. Do you know what I mean? And I do believe in that. Like sometimes you feel demoted, you feel like it's like cool. You know what? Feel like shit afterwards, but in that time that you're getting paid to do the job, like. They paid their money, they're buying drinks. Do you know what I mean? Like, give them a party. I feel.
100%. In fact, I prefer people like that. I'm not going to lie. When the club's dead and they come in and they still have a good time, I think I live by the motto of you make the night what you make it. So if it isn't busy, like, so what? Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Like, come vibe. Like, I'm still going to vibe. Like, if you vibe, I'll vibe. Like, I love to see people happy.
You kind of have the back and forth vibe. Yeah. And I feel like I feel like if you haven't experienced that, like the shit equipment, the empty parties, the dead parties and stuff, like that's what kind of, the long sets, like the 6-hour sets. Like I'm used to doing 6-hour sets, bro. Like you give me a 3-hour set, I'm like I had to just get out the fact of stop warming up, because I'm used to doing the 6-hour set, so I warm up, you know what I mean, take my time, up, down, up, down, up, down, warm down. Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like shit. Like now things are a bit different, but I feel like until you get with that sort of training, you need that training to be a DJ. Do you know what I mean? So then you can handle all situations 100%. Like your Serato cutting out. You're like, fuck, my deck's not moving. Like the only way you learn how to fix it is if this shit happens to you, bro. And I have music. Have you ever had music cut out?
I've had, I've definitely had music cut out on different levels as well. So like at Cold Show, if the fire alarm would go off because one of the bottle service girls had held the bottle too close to one of the fire alarms, they were heat sensors. So they would pick the sparkler up, and it'd cut the music, and the music would go. But I don't care if there's a fire alarm going off. I'm the one getting the blame. There's 300 eyes on me going, fuck you done, mate. Have you ever been booed? probably still do get booed. I don't know. Not that I know of. Like,
Come on, bro. Give yourself some credit, bro. I've heard you're good.
Obviously, you get the odd guy that comes up or girl that comes up and goes, "You fucking shit, mate." Yeah, I probably am to you, but the other 300 people dancing don't seem to have a problem with it. So I'd rather you either become a part of the majority or fuck off.
Bro, that happens when you get like, oh, yo, play this tune, everyone's gonna dance. People don't like this. I'm like, bro, turn around. They're liking it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obliged.
Just leave me to do, like, I get it, like, yeah, okay, you're not feeling what I'm doing, but then obviously I'm not going to be everyone's DJ. I don't plan to be everyone's DJ. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be, let's just say I was a mainstream house DJ isn't going to go to a drum and bass event and play a drum and bass event, because that's not his people. That's not his crowd. Like, everyone's got their own taste. I mean,
like Jesse.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not going to be able to please everyone. I don't want to please everyone, because it's just not the way the world works, is it?
It's not, bro. And I feel like even like I like people like some of these like scratchies like Four Color, Puffy, like my favorites right now are Miles, Medina, and Espinosa. But like sometimes you can hear these guys and you're like, oh yeah, they're sick. But then sometimes like they'll cut a tune so quick, like like that's my favorite tune. You call it like, and then they cut another tune. You're like, I'm trying to hear songs out here. You know what I mean? But like, but they're still my favorite DJ. So like, you can have times where it's like, fuck that shit. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like that's just with everyone, bro. You know what I mean? You can't please everyone, and at the same time, adapt to your crowd. But sometimes you could have this thing where, like, the manager wants you to do this, but then the crowd want this. Like, what do you do? Like in those situations?
In them situations, I mean.
Have you had situations?
Yeah, 100%. You always get situations where, for instance, you know, especially at the end of Co-Show and the start of Project, Romford, it was the crowd that the people that were walking through the door wanted. They wanted R&B and hip hop, and they wanted all the chart stuff, and it was predominantly R&B and hip hop at the time.
And you get a lot of UK as well. Yeah,
and obviously the guys, there's some, it's crazy. Like I get it, I don't get it. I've always been an open format DJ. Yeah. So for me, I want to play everything, but at the end of the day, I'll always play to what's in front of me. My job there, usually, predominantly, most of the time, I'm there. I'm not there for the girls. Girls aren't interested in me, but I'm definitely there to entertain the girls. I believe that where the girls are, the boys are as well. You know, they're always going to follow the girls. So I always try to entertain the female crowd just because of that reason. Yeah. Sorry, I've lost my track of what I'm really saying.
That's fine, bro. It's fine. It's like
crazy.
Every day we do this, bro. It's something different. That's what I'm saying. Like, for the record, this is Convos of Intheorious, first episode of DJ Tom Short. Definitely gonna, do another one as well. Do you know what I mean? As you said, the first one, but like, I feel like you have to do it for the girls. I learned years ago. Like, I learned from my guy Jamie G. Big shout out to Jamie G. Play for the girls, and like you said, everyone else will follow. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? But if them girls like drill, then play drill.
Yeah, 100%.
If the girls want hip hop, bro, play Cardi B and hip hop. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And a lot of girls now.
Like, I've seen, for instance, when I've come to some of your sets, and especially like in the curves and that, and I've seen how you play some of the high energy stuff. If the lads start getting rowdy, you tell them, calm down. I love that. I absolutely love that. Dude, that's exactly how he should be. Hey, yo, I'm going to stop playing it if you carry on jumping. Bro, I love that shit. You tell them. You're like Mama Intheorious. Hey, don't let me tell you again.
They call me Uncle Intheorious, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because I was born in the 80s, just in case anyone wants to know. I was born in the 80s. And I'd say to that, perfect example. You know how you see it. Like, I was like, yo, you keep jumping, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna play some Riri. And it was crazy. I know who I'm talking to, and I look at them. And you know, it's crazy. I actually get that song ready because I know they're gonna jump.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to listen at times, right? And they're not even doing anything wrong badly. That there's no fights. It's chilled. It's just that sometimes when the people are jumping like that, a lot of people can get intimidated, like especially girls. So I don't want to clear the room full of girls because then what's the point? So then they're gonna jump. So I'll do it, and I'm like, even if I love the tune, I'm like, you know what? I love the tune. I'm stopping it. But then I'll play a banger for the ladies. So the ladies will be like, oh.
Yeah.
So then the guys will be like, oh, man. But then after like 10 seconds, they're going to be like, all right, let me dance some girls.
I generally believe, especially in like open format clubs and a lot of hip hop is very high energy at the moment. I love that. I think that's an art lost, and I think it's an art that you have personally. You know, being able to control the crowd with your voice as well as your music.
Yeah, I really love
that.
I feel like every DJ needs to kind of like.
I think
some people
everyone
do it
could take a leaf out of DJs like yourself.
Yeah, I think everyone should come check me. Yeah, but you know, I've seen some people do it. Like they've learned from, like they've watched me and they've done it, but they come across too aggressive.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're gonna talk to a crowd, you don't talk down to them.
No.
Don't talk to them like they're kids. Don't be aggressive because then you gotta imagine if you're in that crowd and someone's talking too aggressive, you're gonna be like, yo, why are you chatting shit like that? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you gotta come across fair, cool, and then say to them, look, if you disobey, then I'm gonna have to change it. So it's up to you. If you don't disobey, it's all on you. It's not on me. So 100%. Do you know what I mean? And for me, like I said, I learned a lot of that from Terry Marks back in the days. I learned a lot watching Terry Marks. Terry Marks is a sick guy. I want to get him on this. It's going to be crazy. Like everyone's got a podcast, but no one ever interviews a fucking legend that's Terry Marks. So I'm going to interview him, bro. And if you want to be in that interview, let me know, because I can have loads of people now. I've got premium on the Zoom. So I can have loads of people and I can just record everything. And then, do you know what I mean? That'll be an interview. Because I want to hear all I want to say is, Terry, just tell me stories for an hour. That'll be it. Yeah. And I'll be like,
unsung local heroes, mate.
Oh, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like, that's why I want to get you on there, because like you've been doing your thing for a minute and like people don't really get a chance. I feel like unless you're some high flying guy, no one's going to be like, no one's going to like let you tell your story. And I feel like that everyone's got a story, bro. So if you want to say anything to anyone, like if you want to big up anyone, if you want to, people that inspired you or whatever, shout them out now, bro. Fuck it. Let them know, innit?
There's too many to thank. Like, honestly, I've obviously, like, from a commercial career, I've always said this. I always used to say it to Wade. You know, I used to love Wade and Pete, like, and what
Wade
they were doing.
Yeah, and who Pete?
Wade Nichols. The pair of them used to. Yeah, so Pete and Wade were the head residents before I come on the scene, and like obviously Tony Christophe and a few others.
Oh no, yeah, Tony, yeah.
And all the resident parties were there.
Was it alcohol in that? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Too early, yeah.
Yeah, too early or too late. That was this morning. Till
like drinking in the morning. Shit, stop, bro.
Yeah, like I used to love working with them guys. I used to love working with everyone in Kosho. I was definitely in a bubble at Kosho. Like far too many names to mention. Like, but my whole career, I used to love everyone that I worked with. I never really come across anyone that I disliked really. I don't like disliking people. I don't like being disliked.
Yeah. No one likes. Someone's like, oh, fuck that guy. No one wants to be that guy that's like, oh, what? Yeah. But who inspired you? Would you say like, I remember like, obviously I've known you for a few years, and I remember you always say like, you know, you just say like Wade's like a sick DJ. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's crazy?
100%.
I think I've seen Wade maybe twice, if that, but I never really got a chance to appreciate his skill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really want to like, if he was to do a live, I'd want to watch it because you always say Wade is like DJ AM, and I'm like, and
he worships the guy though. That's like it.
Yeah,
like,
I got him to
I
AM,
know he worships the guy.
I got him into AM late because I DJ'd late. Do you know what I mean in my life and career? And have you seen the documentary, right?
No, do you know what? Ironically, I haven't.
I'm sending it to you. Well, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna send you a link, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it 3 to 4 times. And it's fucked because you know the end. We know the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But bro, one of the most inspiring pieces of documentary that I've seen. And
I
especially
love
from a DJ,
documentaries like that.
probably the only DJ documentary I've seen that's inspired me. He inspired me, I'm not going to lie to you, he inspired me to want to learn to scratch, want to get turntables and practice my technique, because his technique was amazing. He practiced so much, bro. And I was like, fuck with this guy, bro. Like, I actually listened to his old set. I go on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and I listen to his old sets. Yeah. Like, continuously. Not for a while, but there was a period where every day I was listening to a DJM set, bro, just to hear his genius. And I was like, fuck. Do you know what I mean? That's why I feel like... I think that's a skill. Like, I think a lot of DJs have that skill, and I don't think they tap into it enough anymore. I think everyone has their own... You don't need to... I try to live off of what this philosophy as well, that you know, how kids grow up and they learn off of each other, and they learn off of visually seeing things be done. So the surroundings,
so don't, like, for instance, I would always say, don't ever be ashamed of taking someone else's idea and trying it for yourself. Give 100%. It a go. Don't stand there and say, oh, I did that. Like, tweak it, make it your own. As long as you learn from it, that's fantastic. Like, a lot of people need to do that and come up with bring up, like, everyone's got it. Like, I watch some of these scratch DJs. I watch a lot of DJs online and try and check out as many people as I can. Probably too silently as well. Like, I should probably be more vocal with my support with people.
Just put some comments and be like, yo, like, nice live, checking it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, whether that's, I feel like people don't do it for me or not, that's an issue I should work on for myself. Definitely, I've been thinking about it. It's the kind of person that I want to be. But yeah, definitely just. Going back to watching people do these live streams and do their thing, and watching how they you know, they're using wordplay, they're using this, they're using that. And I think, God, these guys are... But they are clever, but everyone has their own interpretation of it. You just need to find your own interpretation of it, you know? And
but
go
how?
out there and you...
How? Tell me how? Like, give this knowledge to the young people that are going to be listening, DJs and regular people. How? How can they get that knowledge? Like, how can they figure out what their thing is? Try everything? What?
Yeah, just... Try everything. Try what other people have already done. Try something that you could possibly think of. You know, there's got to be something in your brain somewhere where you could, like, especially me and you. You must come across music. My problem is I don't write enough stuff down. Right, I'll do something in a club and I'll forget about it next week, and I'll go, mate, I've got to get that down on paper so I can practice that shit at home. Because
so you got it.
I think spare at the moment things are the best things that ever happen. Spontaneous parties, that kind of stuff. The spontaneous stuff is the best stuff. So, for instance,
like this podcast,
if I do something in a club and I'll go, wow, like, did I just do that? Because you've got to have a little bit of self-appreciation every now and then. And I do things in the club.
You don't love yourself, bro. Then
I go home and I go, shit, what did I do? Like, that's my problem. But
record your sets.
Record
your sets so that you can go back and be like,
listen back to yourself. Hard. Or, for instance, I'll be driving along listening to music and my brain goes, I never knew that said that in that track. And there's a particular lyric that I could extract from it and then go into a next track, wordplay. Cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like they're the kind of things that I miss out on because I listen to all these other DJs and go, you're so clever. But it's there, I just don't write it down. Like,
it is, because if they've done it, it means that it could have been done.
Yeah.
Everything 100%. That's been done that we see, that means that, someone had the idea to do it and they done it. So, like, it's just they had the idea, but it can be done. But you're right, because let's be real, but you could hear a wordplay from some DJ and then just do it yourself in your club and everyone will be like, yo, you're sick, but not realize that you copied from someone else.
Yeah.
People did. This is why I stopped making edits, because I was like, everyone's getting gas of these edits because someone's playing it, but I ain't getting gassed. So I was like, you know what? Like, it just, because everyone's
I've got edits on my Serato, on my computer, that are made by other DJs. So it says this, that, the other track by this DJ. And I'm like, cool. I actually try as much as possible to try and do it live. So rather than playing that mashup, I try to do things as live as possible. So
see, that's good. I think that's very creative. That's good.
But that isn't because I'm trying to copy them. It's because I want to grow my skill. So if I can do that live, then it just creates more interactivity within my set. I'm looking busier. I'm keeping my brain active rather than just letting someone else's art piece to play. I will never turn around and say, "Oh, yeah, that was my mashup," because it wasn't.
Yeah, but who's going to ask you?
It was definitely my live mashup.
Yeah.
Interpretation of someone else's work.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think that's good that you can do that. Like, you can get the act, you can get the instrumental, and then you can just bang it together. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a skill. Especially,
the problem with today's music is so fast paced. Music is so digestible. It's in and out of our lives so quick.
Too quick.
I don't think the DJ's life. I think it stays with the DJ and resonates with the DJ a lot longer, because I think we love our music and we're actually interested in the story that music tells, and X, Y, and Z, and so many other things, where it was produced from. But when it comes to the dance floor, they're listening to that track 1 week, and 99 times out of 10, that shit's garbage in 3 or 4 weeks' time. Something else is
garbage
taken
in the first week, but we still play it.
But we're still playing it because we're like, this. No, you don't understand. This is a track.
Oh, okay,
you need to understand that.
Yeah.
But you, like,
name me one track.
Nah, that
name
was
me one track right now that recently that you think people think it's garbage, but you think it's a good track right now.
Honest, I'm going to go with something along the lines of, and this track I think would have been bigger if the clubs were open, but like Tootsie Slide by Drake.
I knew you were going to say that. Bro, I think it's a good track.
I love the track. I think the track's
a good
great.
melody, good lyrics, and it's fun, and it's easy.
It's not going to resonate with the people because people, you with me? Like, I think it's a viral dance they've made out of it on TikTok. Well, he's made a viral dance out of it, really, but them kind of tracks. I don't know. I could be completely wrong there, actually.
I like it, bro. For me, it's like a Hotline Bling, but it's like a Hotline Bling. It's like a chilled, mellow. It's nothing hype. It's not gangster. Yeah. And to be fair, I really like it, bro. Like, it's just,
I do. I really like the track.
I don't know if we could go to the clubs if it worked there. That track, imagine that track's never been in the clubs.
No,
just imagine that. Never been in the clubs.
I've listened to podcasts and heard people say, you know, and they're 1,000% right. I don't think people are listening to as much new music at the moment. I think I've actually seen the like music isn't coming out too quickly. It's actually slowed down a lot because people want nostalgia. They want to remember what they did have rather than what they're going to have at the moment. Yeah. Like I try to plan a lot of my sets on nostalgia.
I think a lot of people are. I think that's more of a thing.
I love nostalgic music. You know, if it reminds me of. It might not remind me of a Pacific time, moment in time, but it would definitely remind me of a Pacific period within my life. Yeah. I think music quite powerful in that sense.
Yeah, you attach it to emotions and feelings and memories. It's like you hear, it's association periods. Like you hear something and it reminds you of this. You taste something, it reminds you of this. You go to a place, it reminds you of this. Yeah, and definitely. I feel like music, because you can go to a place, but if you're in one place, you can listen to music, which then takes you to different places in your mind. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why I think music is great. And I listen to music, even when I go to bed, I put like a little album on. This album from this guy's called Always Never. I don't know if you heard of him. Have you heard of him? No one. I never heard of him before last year, but it's some chill vibes, bro. I'll send you a link. I'll put a link in the description of this as well. But it's a nice like album. It's kind of like The Weeknd. Sounds like The Weeknd, but it's not The Weeknd. It's a group called Always Never, but they're from Canada. Sorry. They're Canadian, but they're from Canada. You know what it is, bro? I'm getting hungry, bro. Right now it's my lunch dinner time. That's why I got to cut short in a sec. It's my dinner time, so I need to get my eat. I literally just had scrambled eggs. What are you having for breakfast? What do you have for food today before you roll out?
What have I eaten today?
Are you being healthy?
I wish I was healthy.
Come on, bro. With these Pepsi, all this shit's been shut for so long. You must.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like my eating pattern's definitely been better. We're in that honeymoon phase of moving in at the moment, so we're cooking everything. We're trying everything out.
Perfect, bro. That's good.
So, you know, just good home cooked dinners. To be fair, my mum always used to cook me good home cooked dinners anyway. So it was. I was saying this the other day. I did go and have a McDonald's when it opened, and
just to have
it. We drove down there and made an evening out of it, considering nothing was going on. Chelmsford.
Okay.
Like when it originally reopened, and I was like, yeah, I enjoyed it. No, it didn't fill me up. Why did I ever enjoy it? it was always convenience.
Always.
I would be driving home at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning after not having dinner before going out to work, and I'd think, what can I eat? I don't want to wait to get home. I take it as it gives me another half hour to sit down. Terrible DJ habit, by the way. Most of my promo work's done at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning in the car when no one's awake, no one's listening, but it's my mind's there and then. Like, I've just finished my DJ and I'm thinking like, oh, get the mix out there and post it 5 times to all my social medias. Like, it's probably my most productive time after work in the car.
Because you're creative and you got that vibe.
Yeah, 100%. And then when I wake up, it's not about the social media side of things. It's about, right, what's next? Let's do a mix, let's do this, let's do that. And getting physical tasks out of the way that relate to my work, getting them done, like making sure they're done. And then sometimes I overrun myself with information and stuff that I should be doing. And it can really get on top. Like, you've really got to be on top of your stuff as well. And I probably ain't.
No, but I feel like now you've got the time that you said to just kind of chill, think about stuff, and then and I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna send you a book where it's called The One Thing. Have you read it?
I think you was telling me about this.
Yeah, just sometimes because we always people like we're doing this and we're doing so much, but when you think about it, maybe 1 or 2 of the most important things. Once you do them, the rest of it is all like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? But only like 1 or 2 of them are important. So it's like, forget everything else and just focus on the most important thing. And once you've done that, then at least you can spend more time with yourself. But yeah, I'll send you 2 books, bro. One book called 4 Hour Week and the one thing. I'll send you the PDF and you can just look at it on your phone. Do you know what I mean? You got iPhone, yeah?
Yeah, I got iPhone.
Yeah. Just put it in iBooks and or I'll send you Amazon or whatever. But it's a good book, and for me, it helps. It makes me. Before I used to do like send me shoes. You know how we as DJs, we're like, oh, do this, do this. And then now, after reading the book, I was like, I ain't gonna do any of that shit. Yeah. Because like it's not that important. But some things are, and then you just focus on them things.
Yeah.
And they have more of an impact rather than the other things. Them things make the smallest impact, but 1 or 2 things will make the biggest. They're the only things you gotta do, bro. That's it.
Creatures of habit as well. Like I'm forever thinking, which I never want to think that I'm the best at what I do, but I'm always slagging myself off and putting myself down in my own head.
Yeah, maybe you just got to change that, bro. Like maybe say, you know what, I love myself and I am really good. But
I do and I don't. Better. I think I like the fact that I'm very, I need to become better. I need to become better. I never want to be, to be honest, I never want to be on top of my game because I think if I ever get on top of my game, that's when I let my guard slip.
Yeah. Oh, someone will check you, bro, and I'll come and check you. I'll be like, big man, you're getting arrogant. Humble yourself. And you'll be like, you know what? You're right. We'll go to the caf. You tell me something, and I'll be like, Tom, are you getting a bit arrogant? You need to slow your roll, bro. I'll be that guy that'll help you, bro. I'll be that guy to kind of like put you back down to earth, bro. But I feel like just keep 100%, keep learning, keep practicing, keep doing your lives, keep doing your videos. Do you know what I mean, bro? Because I think it's good to have that content, be creative. Because if you don't, imagine if you hadn't touched a deck from March and then you go back to the clubs in September, you're going to be like, fuck, what do I do? Like 6 months, like, I don't know, March, April, May, June, July, August,
I think there's going to be an element of that. There's going to be an element of that anyway. Because there's even though people have been on their lives and they're playing new music and this, that, the other, no one has played to a physical crowd in front of you for ages. So no one's actually going to know.
If it's September, it's going to be 7 months, bro. Imagine. Yeah. If someone said to you, all right, don't go gym for 7 months, and you used to go gym. In that 7 months, bro, like you could be the fattest guy in the world. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or you could be the slimmest guy, or you could be so unfit. That's the same thing we're going to get. Imagine. There's 12 months in a year, bro, and 7 months of that we're not DJing. What the fuck? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I miss it. I miss work so much.
Bro. And I miss, you know what I mean? I feel like we all miss it, and I'm glad that you miss it, bro. It shows that some DJs, you feel like, I don't want to be a DJ no more. It's just too much stress, too much like, nah, it's not worth it. But some others will be like, yo, like, I'm on it, I can't wait, like, let's keep it and still keeping it alive, and I'm glad that you are, bro.
Yeah, I feel like my career's gone like that all my life, and I feel like I'm far too much invested into it to ever.
Far too much, bro.
It's not even about the investment. Like, I love what I do.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I love the
like
atmosphere.
watching you.
It's so many different aspects to the music industry that I love about. You know,
That's why I feel you got to keep at it, bro. Because you know what I mean. I've seen your passion. I've worked with you, and you've come down to Brian, and we've hang, and he's enjoying the music, and that's what it's about, bro. It's like the DJs is our life. It's not even a career. It's our life. It's our lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? It's what we do. It's who we are as people. So
definitely.
I just think keep doing it, bro. But I'm gonna cut it. But obviously I want to get you one again. Hopefully maybe in a month or something. Do you know what I mean? Just to see what's going on, see what's changed. But for the time being, like I said, I don't even know how to outro this shit. But all of this shit that we're saying is going to be in it, bro, because I want it just to be organic as possible. Just, you know, tell us your socials. I'm going to put them in anyway, but just tell us your socials. Tell us where you normally play, what time you do your lives. That's what stuff. Go for it.
Cool. All right. Well, so all my social medias at DJ Tom Short. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, / for SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and most podcast platforms is just / DJ Tom Short. I'm usually live on Facebook, 8 p.m. on a Friday, 2 till 4 on Select Radio on a Saturday, 1 till 2 in the morning, Tuesdays for Tempted Hour. I usually do these spontaneous lives anyway.
Yeah.
And there was something else, but I can't remember what it is.
Active, bro. I love that. I love that you're active. And I would have been, it was me, I would have forgot halfway through. I'd have been like, I'm live. I don't know. Just follow me. That's what I would have said. But that's good, bro. I'm glad that you're active. And thank you for being my first guest. And
no worries. I enjoyed
the
it.
hour before of messing about, seeing what's working. And you know what I mean? It'll be interesting. Like, I'll send you the video prior. Before I post it, I'll send you the audio. Have a listen, you know, if you're happy with it.
Yeah.
If you're cool, if you're happy with it, then, you know what I mean? I'll pull it out. But thank you for being my guest. I'm going to somehow now stop the recording, but I don't know how, so stay there. And if I do more, I'm going to go stop recording. Let's try it.